Demonstrate how to create a cartographic map in QGIS following the principles of cartography, which is visual contrast, figure ground, hierarchical organization, and balance or symmetry. So with balance, make sure that the arrangement of all the elements within the overall composition are stable or unsettled, are not unsettled rather. No? So a good example is this one. This is a balanced overall composition with block 4 occupying the largest area, followed by block 1 and 2, and then last block 3. And then in balance as well, we are discussing about the orientation of the figure, no? Let's say for example, in this case, the correct or balance one is on the right side, this one, because the shapefile or the polygon vector file of uh, South America is at the center, no, of your canvas. And then for hierarchical organization, so it states here that map should occupy the bigger block compared to other elements mo nang follow na to tong balance, no, nga in dani nga composition. So just like this one is block 4 and it occupies the largest region, then followed by block 1 and 2. So that's for hierarchical organization. Another one is also in hierarchical organization, making sure that elements are larger, or we're using brighter colors, such as this one, no? Brighter color for the point or the location of byte incidence. And then make sure distinguish ang mga boundary sa kada barangay sa Cagayan de Oro as well, no? And make sure that colors or color contrast is also visible, no, within the map. So, varying the position, resizing, changing the color of elements. And then also figure ground, no? The figure ground relationship where figures should stand out while background information should be just a background, no, I mean does not overpower our figure. So this one is the clear figure ground, no. So these circles here are in contrast with the ground, no, the white color of the ground, or like this one. So if this is the unclear one, and then this is, I mean, no, this is the unclear one, and then this is the clear one. In this case here, um, between these two pictures, letter D is the clear one because we can clearly see the symbols of the volcanoes. Unlike this one, it's quite too small and quite not visible to our eyes. Or we can show contrast, color contrast. So this one, no contrast at all. This one is the better one. This one as well, in terms of color shading, this is not there's no contrast with this one, no, all shades of red and pink and purple, quite similar. But with this one, this is the correct one. No, we have green, purple, yellow, and blue. So that's what we're going to follow in creating a map. So I'm just gonna create a similar map as this one, no? I'm just gonna demonstrate similar map as shown here, no, as an example. So if you go to opening our QGIS, what we need is to load the shapefile or the vector data for the Philippines first. So it's saved here in my folder USDPGIS, my data, vector. I'm gonna choose country first to load, and then another one for provincial, provincial vector layer, and then the municipal layer. Alright, so we've loaded all three layers. I'm gonna extract only Cagayan de Oro in the municipal layer. So to do that, select feature and click Cagayan de Oro, and then save it or export it. Save selected as CDO. I'm gonna save that one in my vector layer, my data vector folder. Right, I'm gonna replace it. Okay, overwrite the layer, and then we have our CDO. Now we can remove the municipality. And what we have here is just Cagayan de Oro. Now, if you look at the map again, there are barangays that we need to also include in the map. So we have to load another vector layer again for PH barangay. So I'm gonna locate the barangay. Municipality, barangay. This one. And add that one. In order to extract all the barangays within the CDO, I'll have to go to the attribute layer of the PHL barangay. And then using expression, go to data and fields and values. Barangays are in name tree column sa table. Is equal to alright, looks like this one will take a longer, this one is a longer option, no, typing in expressions. So let's just try to locate Cagayan de Oro first, Misamis Oriental first here in column name 1. It's quite a lot. Misamis Oriental. Alright. And then let's look for CDO. So this is CDO, Cagayan de Oro. So we're just going to highlight all the barangays within CDO. You can drag it down up to so I'm actually using control and then click all those barangays to highlight all of them. So if I close the attribute table, all the barangays within CDO are already highlighted. Now we can save it or export it, no, as save selected feature. Then save. Let's try this one. CDO barangay. Click OK, and then we have already our layers of CDO barangays. Now we can remove the page barangay layer. Alright, we already have everything that we need. Actually, we actually don't need the uh well, later. We can try to change the symbology in each layer. So we're just going to make the layer for the province into an outline, simple line, just like that one. We can thicken it to distinguish different provinces. For the country, we can also um, again an outline as well, much thicker if you want. And then we're just going to enable the OSM standard, but in the map that is shown to you, it's not actually OSM that's being used, but instead it's not the OSM standard, but it chooses the open topo map so that we can clearly see the different uh, terrains or ruggedness of the land surface. And then within CDO as well, let's start with the barangay first. For the barangays, we're going to make it an outline as well. Outline, simple line, as is. And then for the CDO, we're just going to make it a inverted polygon symbology. And then change this one to white and reduce the opacity to 50% or 60 if you want. I'm just gonna disable this one first. Disable and then make sure the option panning is enabled. So let's try to increase the opacity. Alright, that would be an option. Or if you want not the open topography map, let's try terrain. This one as well. Clearly, this one is distinct. Well, let's try another baseline maps. How we can look for other options. Reduce S3 shaded terrain. No, it's not working. Right, here we go. I think this looks a little bit better. If you want to avoid way too much labelings, because some uh, base maps has um, many labels, not just like this one sa open topo map. We have a lot or a lot of labels and other features in the map, so it gets confusing sometimes. But if you don't want this type, we can actually do our own. We just have to download again a digital elevation model. This one, like what I demonstrated to, I think EMT, no, the NRM section rather. We need to install this um, plugin, Open Topography DEM, and once you're done, just type in this API key that I sent to your respective GCs, and then let's try to choose SRTM30, then define the extent of the download to um, should be CDO only. No, let's not uh, limit it to just CDO. I'm just gonna draw on the canvas rather. Okay, at that extent, and then we can run. So after downloading the DEM or digital elevation model, we should put it below your base map. So if you have OSM standard as your uh, our base map, then we'll just have to convert this SRTM into a heel shade and apply, and then we move to our open standard base map, go to its properties, and then it's blending to overlay. Let's try to look if that works. Okay, it's not quite visually pleasing to look at. We had other options if we want. Let's try addition. Still not quite pleasing to visualize. How about Leiden? Not working at all. Screen. Let's see. Alright. Looks like this one's quite close to what we are already expecting from the map that's being shown to you here as a sample. Let's try other options. This one was screen. Let's look for other options where we can clearly visualize it better. I mean, the visualization would be better. Not at all. How about darkened? Still not it. Burn. Soft light. Hard light. Alright. I think this is it. No? The hard light option in blending looks a little bit better than the other one shown a while ago. So, alright, this should be the weightings or the final setup of things. So let's go to the but before that, we go to the loading first the we're not yet then we're not done yet, no. So I prepared the animal bite CDO animal bite incidents Excel data, no. So this is a fictional one. So it contains different data, no, from incident ID to date, barangay, the animal whom uh, involved in the bite incident, exposure category, severity, age group, sex, and then you have the latitude and longitude in decimal forms, and then um, bite uh, incident counts rather. All right, so we're going to save this one as a CSV file, comma semi-rated values, and then I'm gonna save it in the USDP GIS folder. We have my data, and then we have outputs. So any datas like shape files, raster files should be saved in here, which also includes a table. I mean a folder for tables. So this was one where I'm going to save this one, and then save. So now we can load this data into our QGIS. So layer, go to delimited text layer, locate that file, the animal bite incident, the CDO animal bite incident Excel file or CSV file rather. It's located in my data, tables, and then the CSV file for that CDO animal bite incidents. So X is longitude, Y is latitude. This should be the coordinate reference system, and then we can add. All right, so these are the different by incidents within CDO. Now ignore the other circles or incidents. Now most of the data within his care are only dogs, cats. So there's no uh, shark bites, uh, crocodile bites, incidents involved. So na yung mga points nga outside CDO, we can clean that up if we want. We need to first save this layer. This is a delimited text layer for the moment, so we need to save this one as vector or shape file. So we need to save this one as CDO, and then in my data, still in vector, in the vector folder, we're going to save that CDO byte CDO animal byte incidents. Save, click OK. So now we can remove this one. Now this one is now editable. We can click toggle editing, and we can actually remove points that are outside CDOs. So we can remove that or delete them, delete these features. There are also cases here. Alright, so it's already saved. Now we can change its symbology. Make it red, no? Just like the in the sampled map. To make it more bolder. and easily identifiable. Alright, so we have there. And then we can add a label to it. Go to labels, single labels. I'll make sure that what's being uh, recorded or shown in the label is the number of bytes. We have 1, 4 instances or incidents of animal bytes. Click OK. Alright, there you go. You have already. Let's just try to put this one on top again. Make sure that all points should be on top. Now we can create now the map. Go to Layout Manager, create CDO animal by incidents map. Okay, and now we are already opening the map layout window. So again, following the cartographic principle of balance, we need to have an overall composition that is stable. So let's click this one. This one is in A4 size map, and then in landscape orientation, you can actually change if you want portrait, no, to landscape, and then if you want to change the sizes, we have A4, A0, legal, or letter. So let's just choose A4 for the moment. And then we can now add the first part of your map, which is the block 4. So it should occupy a bigger portion of your map. If you want to adjust this one, zoom in it further, like that. Let's try to reduce it. In some parts of, the shape of Cagayan de Oro is clearly not uh, being seen. Excuse me. Reduce this further. Try 81, 85. 89. Just so I can clearly see the outline of CDO. Like that. And then if we're done with this one, we can actually add more the grid lines to it. So let's start with just focus and start with this part, no, of the map first. Click that one again so that we can actually edit its grid. This one, you add a grid to that, modify the grid use default, no default CRS, and then we can estimate or just add in some numbers. Really, this one is way too small in terms of grading, so it might be 0.05. Still not visually pleasing at all. Try to reduce it. Not quite possible. Let's try 0.1. Still not. Okay, let's try this one. 95. Okay, this one looks better. Let's try 90 in this part. Okay, that one. And then let's try to go back to the sample map. Alright, I think it's just that the grid lines are being reduced. So we can actually change or try to reduce the opacity of the lines like that. And then also we need to add a frame. It's just I think only an interior ticks, no? This bolded ticks surrounding the map. So that's the interior tick. Alright, we can already see the interior ticks. Now we can add the coordinates. So if you want, you can add decimals, minutes with seconds. The interior ticks. Again, it should be changed to horizontal, no, vertical ascending for the left and the right side. And then, was it decimals, minutes, seconds? No, it's just a decimal with, so the option that we chose here is decimal with suffix only. That one. You can actually change the font size. Reduce the font size. Make sure this one is bold if you want that. And so we already have our own grid. And actually add a frame to it. So just like that, we are done with the first part. I mean, it's not exactly as the same with this one, but we're more than close to it. And then we can now lock this layer. To avoid any changes to this one, you should lock the layer and lock the styles within the layer so that no more changes will happen within this one. Then we can now add the other parts. Let's say we want to add this one, the USTP logo, CSM, the DST logo as well. So let's try those. What we need is to add a shape. So this one is a rectangle shape. By the way, let's try to edit first the grid also. Because let's try to adjust. Okay, that should be good enough. I mean, okay, that should be good enough for this part. Then let's try to add a color to it. This one, just like what is shown there. Now we can add the logo. If you want to add a logo, it's going to just add a picture to it, and then let's try to drag that one here. Now it should be the raster image. If you have a downloaded logo of say USTP logo, which I do have here in the images. Where is it? It's not showing in here. The logo of USTP. Let's start with CSM logo. We have here. It would be better if the background is already removed, so we cannot edit that in the QGIS. So only raster images with the backgrounds removed. Make it better. Still looking for it. Remove background. It's a logo. Alright. So these are logos with backgrounds removed. So say that one here. Let's try add again another one. Where's the USTP one? USTP logo. Okay. We'll have to download USTP logo with backgrounds removed. This one, I think. STP logo. Let's try that one. Alright. That doesn't look good at all as well. Let's try again. Background remover. Let's try download. This one. Okay, again. Let's try that one. STP logo. This one. Why? This is not. Okay. For a while. Go back again. Add another picture. Raster image. And then look for USTP logo. USTP logo. This one. Alright. We already have our USTP logo. Last one is the logo of the department. Add another picture. Raster image. And then DST logo. Sorry. Right, we can zoom it on this one. Enlarge it. I'm just trying to follow along with what's being what is being added, or what features of the map is added in the sample map. So you have here the logos. The next one would be to add the description or title. Right, so ES313, Introduction to Group Information System, Department, University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines. Alright, let's add that one. So again, another shape. And then this time around, it's a darker shade. of background for gray. Way too dark. Try to change shading a little bit. Okay, let's try this one. Now we can write a text within, and then it should be, what was that again? Department of an ES313. Introduction to Geographic Information System. Department Environmental. Technology. Am I right? University of Science and University of Science, Technology of Southern Philippines. You can try to edit font. Get this one bold, color white, and then try to reduce this font size. Nope. Maybe it's center, right? Let's try to reduce font size. Alright, we want that one. Now we can add the next part. Recorded the title. Let's try to change font size as well. You can actually increase the font size. No, decrease the font size for this one. And then we can increase the font size of both. Alright, we can just try to separate na lang. Let's try separating this one. Add another text here. And then let's see. Gold, white. Center. Increase na rectangle na lang. And then I think this one would look better. And the rectangle. Right. Can add additional detail the title now. Let's try to just copy this rectangle again. Copy, no? Control copy or Control C. You can do that. And then first things first. Nala niya siyang screenshot so that you can just automatically copy the words. Okay, I'll add another text in here. And this one should be recorded byte incidents. That's it. Try to change his font to bold, white color. It's in the center. Why is it not appearing though? It should be on top. One. Recorded bad mobile incident from July. Got another text here. Let's say this one happened January 2020. I mean, from January to August 2025. Okay. And then another one. Cagayan de Oro City. Hold. And white again. In the center. Misamis Oriental, 9,000 Philippines. You can zoom in further. Turn this. Alright, we're almost done with the map. Just smaller parts to be added. The next one is this one, an inset map. An inset map of uh, the entire Philippines, and then an inset map of uh, a zoom inset map of Misamis Oriental, where Cagayan de Oro is situated. So let's start adding the inset map of the Philippines first. So again, I'm just going to add another map here. You can copy actually that one again. Okay, should be to align. Alright, let's start with the Philippines first. We're going to uncheck. And then we're going to change the countries. That's should be labeled. Outline to simple fill again. Change the color. Reapply. Try to look if it will look good here. I mean, we're just going to reduce this one. I don't know. Try to increase. Another. Uh-huh. 0, 0. Uh-huh. 9. Right? Let's just try to change the field again. Whatever color you prefer would look your map good. Try a gradient one. Okay, that's it. Now, actually, we need to remove the label for CDO animal bite incidents. Disable the label so that it does not distract our inset map. Right, that's for the Philippines. And we can move to the next one. We can now lock this one so that any changes won't happen. I mean, there's no more changes that can affect it. And then we proceed to the next one, this one. I zoom in of the provinces. Let's just show the labels for this one. Single labels. It's going to be name one for provinces. I think, yeah, that's it. And then try to change his gradient or color symbology from simple line to simple fill. Shader, a lighter shade of. I mean, try this one. Let's see. We can actually now remove the animal bites so it does not again distract from the map. Let's try to reduce again about 120. That's zooming in. Make this 130, 135. Would be better. 5155, 185, 195. Mm-hmm. Two. We can actually reduce the labeling font. Or if you want, uh, let's just try to extract only Misamis Oriental. Uh-huh. Export. No. Save select feature. Miss or replace. Okay. Right. Let's try change again symbology of the province to just disable the labeling for the province. Symbology is just a simple, outline simple again. And then for Misamis Oriental, this one should be the color that we had a while ago. Just for distinction. And then just going to show the label for this one as Misamis Oriental. It should be name 1, I think. Yeah, Misamis Oriental. Just try to reduce the font size first. Alright, already have our inset maps. Let's just try to add back a frame for each one. You want the background as well, would be better as well. What's the wait. Let's try the other color. Try another color symbology. Should be try this one. Miss Oriental. So we can now lock this one up. Actually add a a background for it. The background should be the sea. Okay, that would do. Let's just lock it again. And then for this one, let's try to unlock again this one. And then enable CD1 bytes. And then also maybe right, that's it. And then okay, another one would be to add technical details, just like this one, the legend and the notes. So let's try to add the legend first. And then we're just gonna remove, click auto update, remove. So what's only the in the legends, only the again the OCT boundary, and okay, this one should be removed, this one as well. Everything here should be removed. This one as well. Ano? For a while. Balikan sa nato ni ha. Okay. While. Let me add the scale first. So this is the scale that. Oh, let's try page health properties. Oh, rule. Can I try rule based class? Labeling, rule based labeling. Okay. Alright, for one, try to add the backgrounds. Not this one. Excuse me. Okay. Try that again. Lock. And for this one, the other part. Count 3. Right. So that's for the title. I just add another rectangle here. Should be blue. Location of animal bites. Can adjust the spacing. That. And then you can actually disable the background. Increase the symbol size. So I'm just gonna copy these technical notes. Right. Right, you have your notes. Wait for a while. Right. Now we can add other features like what's locking, the north arrow, the scale, and then the datum. So we now can add that one. North arrow here. I mean, you can stretch this one, enlargen it. Our north arrow. Excuse me. And the scale. The scale should be this one sa map. This is the map one, so muna siyang map 1 ang it shows here. Then step line, we can increase the segments from 2 to more, like that. You can add out here. And then just add in the datum. World geodetic second system 1984. QGIS 84. And then there you, oh no, wait. There you go. You already have your own cartographic map. You can now save this one, this image. Try to save that one. Save. And let's look at the result. So that's the result. That's the map that you are able to generate, following the cartographic principles of mapping. You can save this as well, this project, in your project folder. Video by incidents. You can also make sure that you need to save this template, video by incidents, meaning the template of the map that you're able to create is also saved. So once you click, when you close this one, you can still go back to that type of templates in your maps. If you go to project and then layouts, and then it's still there, no, it's still available for you. So I think that's it for the demonstration. Thank you and have a good day.